Now that we have our images placed on the canvas, we can start doing some erasing. Before I do that, I'm going to make a duplicate of this effort from the previous video. In that way, if I get too far downstream and want to start over, I can do so with a clean version of my work from video 2. So we'll start with the eraser tool. And once again, this is just the standard eraser. Shortcut letter E. I'm going to go ahead and start with my top layer. I'm going to start with that eraser at 100% opacity with a soft brush. So my first step is going to be to use that eraser at 100% to simply get rid of the edges of the images that are visible. And my first step with that eraser will be to simply get rid of the edges that are visible on these images. So I'll be using that soft brush, 100%, and we'll just go ahead and get rid of that. So there's layer 4. Take a look at layer 3. Get rid of that edge. My layer 2. There. And so that's the first step. Next, I'm going to set my opacity to about 25. I'll come back up to layer 4. Now I'm seeing that I've got some overlap from layer number 3, so I'm going to go to that so I can get rid of this blue here. I'm trying to bring out the honker that's set up within that image. Back to layer 4, and I'm just going to keep working that until I get the effect that I want. Now I'm seeing that other. There we go. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly just to give you a general idea on how you build this. So for now I'm going to stop with those top 2 images. I'm going to come down here to layer 2 and reveal some of the subject matter here. Back to layer 3. Layer 2. Bring out that individual. And another one up here. Back to layer 4. Head back to layer 3. Get rid of some of that blue that's out there. Now let's deal with an issue that we have with our layer number 3, which is that image right there. We've got some people in the background that are not adding to our collage, and so what we can do to deal with this is to put a background layer underneath it. If we were to erase around our subject here, it would simply go to this white background, which would not be an attractive effect. So what we can do is go ahead and open another image and pick one of the backgrounds. I'm going to grab this long shot here of the football field. Looks like it was during the race. And I'm going to move that onto my canvas, position it, and then move that layer 5 all the way down to the bottom. Then I'll bring back all of my images. So now I can go back to layer 3, grab that eraser, and remove some of these elements here, and it will erase through to the background. It'll erase through to the background in those areas where I don't have an overlapping image. Now you can see once I've done that, I've exposed an edge to this particular image here, so I need to go back to layer 1 and deal with that. And I can get away with that because, once again, I have that new background. So at this point, you need to do a lot of practice. If you create something here that just doesn't look great, just simply go back to your original, duplicate it, and start over. It just takes some practice to end up with the composition that you like. As I'm moving about the room, if you have any questions, certainly ask, and share your work with your neighbors and see what they think about it. But by all means, do a lot of practice. And that will conclude this video 3 for the Spirit Week collage.